Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Once again, here is Fidelis in the Politrix, bringing to you deep analysis of our politicians and their behavior. Just to remind you that politics is not a dirty game, it is the politicians who are dirty. And never take a politician's word in its face value, but always try to understand what has been said, not by looking at what the politician has said, but what the politician has not said. You just use what has been said to understand critically what could be hidden in what they are saying. Because they speak A, but they mean B, they speak X, but they mean Y. So we have to be extremely careful so that we understand their actions, their behaviors, and their wording. So I am interested in analyzing William Ruto's His Excellency tour in Mount Kenya. Not about the reception that he received, not about uh, the development tours that he was making, but really critically about something that happened. And that is something all of us have witnessed, the heckling of one and only majority leader, Honorable Kimani Ichungwa. Almost in every part of Mount Kenya where the president visited, Kimani Ichungwa was heckled everywhere when he tried to address the people. I would like to understand what could be the reasons why Honorable Kimani Ichungwa was heckled all through, because this is politics. And remember, I have said that politics is not a dirty game, but yes, politicians are a dirty people. So, what really happened? What really was triggering people not to entertain the speeches, you know, that were being made by one Kimani Ichungwa? We understand that, first of all, Kimani Ichungwa is not your normal politician. He is the leader of majority. He is a close ally to the president. He is a man who is perceived to wield a lot of power from the Mount Kenya region for those people in government. He is a man who is perceived to be very influential, and he has a ear of the president. Kimani Ichung'wah is a man who dictates the balance of power in this country. Kimani Ichung'wah is a man who controls parliament, you know, who is in charge of more than 165 MPs from the Kenya Kwanza side. That is Kimani Ichung'wah for you. But over the 5 days that Mr. President toured Mount Kenya region, from Nyandarua to Meru to Kiambu to Murang'a, it was consistent and constant that we could not avoid the heckling of one Kimani Ichung'wah. Not to forget that Kimani Ichung'wah is perceived to wield interests to become the next governor of Kiambu County. I don't know how this is true. Not to mention that Kimani Ichung'wah is seen to have played pivotal role in the removal of different MPs from Mount Kenya who are supposedly allied to the impeached deputy president. And so that is the background, the backdrop of my analysis today about the Heckling of Kimani Ichungwa. Now, first of all, for me, the reason why I believe that Kimani Ichungwa was heckled, more so in Kiambu County, is because of the fact that Kimani Wamatangi thinks that his greatest threat to the gubernatorial aspiration for a second term of Kiambu County is none other than Kimani Ichungwa. And methinks that probably there was a lot of mobilization on the ground to ensure that Kimani Ichungwa is heckled, to send a message that is not as popular as he thinks. So if anybody is gunning on him to take home the Kiambu gubernatorial position, then they better look for other things to do, because the ground is long gone for Kimani Ichungwa. So that is one reason why I think he was heckled. Number two, Kimani Ichungwa, because politics is a perception, I believe that this is an organic heckling, nobody who has planned for it. But because people from Mount Kenya believe that he's the one behind the wars and the battles that many leaders from the region got to suffer from, it is because of none other than Kimani Ichungwa. By the fact that he is the leader of majority, he wields a lot of power and a lot of say. And so his word is like the biblical word, because it has to be followed. And so if he says that so and so will not leave their position, they will not leave. But we all saw in the recent changes in parliamentary committee compositions, many allies from Mount Kenya region were removed who were allied to the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. And because who is the head of the majority side? It is Kimani Ichungwa. So definitely, the fact that he comes from that region, but he oversees the alienation, the discrimination, and the embarrassment of people from Mount Kenya, where he comes from, the people on the ground are saying that this is a betrayal, and therefore they have nothing to do with him, and they have decided they will not listen to anything that comes from the Kimani Ichungwas of this world. And number three, I believe that there is a game that is being played, and the game is a long one. First, to set Kimani Ichungwa up for failure. When people recall him, the president understands that this man is unwanted, and there's no way a president who is seeking for a re-election can work with somebody at the highest level who is not wanted from where they come from. And therefore, there's a plan. And this I say without knowing who is planning it. There's a plan, in my opinion, to remove Kimani Ichungwa from the position of the leader of majority and to render him powerless and useless to the Kenya Kwanza coalition, because, of course, there are new partners in town. So I see this as a case of stage management, where this heckling is planned by people in government. Why? Just to ensure that Kimani Ichungwa is heckled, and so that can be used as a reason to render him persona non grata. And therefore, that will be enough ground to get him off the seat of the leader of majority, because then he will seem not to bring any meaningful addition to the government. And for me, that is a good reason why probably Kimani Ichungwa has been echoed through and through and through and through. And that is my take. I want to hear your opinion from the comment section. Let us continue to work together. Let us continue to cooperate, because this is the place to be. That is Vidal, the perspective. Thank you.